FORA.tv. The world is thinking.
Well, I think, one of the president's crack advisors obviously thinks that it's worth, spending hundreds of millions of dollars on perimeter security and buying this defunct facility simply for that reason, that somehow the rest of the world is ignorant enough that moving the Guantanamo system onshore is somehow going to dispel the problem of holding people without trials. And I just think that's so ludicrous on its face. That I can't imagine why somebody really bought that within the administration. It's the system. The system of detention without trial is the problem here. The Guantanamo system is the problem, not this little physical facility. Mm-hmm.
No, I'm sorry. I have to respectfully disagree. I think there are two aspects. But look, when the French on July 14, 1789 dismantled the Bastille, there was no illusion on anybody's part that it was still a prison. But it was a symbol of a prison. It was a symbol of an administration, of a monarchy that was so completely disconnected from its people that when the grain shortage caused a famine, the monarchy couldn't respond to it. There was no reason to tear down the Bastille other than that it was a good concession for the guy who did it. But the fact was, what you did was eliminate a symbol. Because, as has been pointed out, there are plenty of people in the world who have reasons of their own for hating the United States. But most of those reasons can't be expressed in any way other than by symbols. You eliminate Guantanamo, you eliminate a symbol. What you then do at the same time is address the very real issue of these individuals' detention. Once you've moved them outside of Guantanamo, Guantanamo is no longer the excuse. It's no longer the thing you can hide behind. No longer will we be dealing with this as something that the military will take care of. No longer will the question of whether the federal courts will be involved become an aspect of delay. You move them to the United States, you provide a very clear, reviewable set of criteria, lawful, constitutional criteria for judging what should be done with these individuals, and because those are the laws by which we allow this nation to operate, you move on from there.
So you think it's more than a symbol?
I think
it's good. It's got value, closing Guantanamo in Cuba and moving to Illinois.
I think that it has value it's closing not only as the end, the dismantling of a symbol, and I think we should make it a very public display of the dismantling of this. I think it's not something that we should do subtly. I think we should look, when Citizen Palloy tore down the Bastille, he didn't do so under the cover of night. I mean, it was a spectacle. He made very clear, no matter what the fortress, the citadel was being used for, he made very clear that this was the end of an era. And even 200 years later, they still celebrate the destruction of this. Largely a fabricated event, by the way, a very politicized event. But the whole point was that it was a landmark moment. And I think in all of this discussion, we need a landmark moment, because what we've had over the last year is a lot of fuzzy moments with absolutely no change.